That's all good. Right, it's a good response on Sunday after the disappointment in the Challenge Cup semi. How important do you think it was to get a good response like that?
Yeah, very important. Yeah, it was tough. We were hurting early in the week in our preparation after the cup, and it flattened us all for a few days. But a lot of character shown on the weekend. We went 24-6 down against Cass in a game that we weren't doing too many things wrong, really. We were sort of against the run of play in some respects, and they certainly had momentum on us, Cass, and to turn that around was enormous, I thought, and showed a lot of character and a lot of character of the squad. So really pleased that we did bounce back, and the manner in which we did bounce back was very, very important for us. And once upon a time we wouldn't have turned those sort of deficits around, in particularly in a place like Cass, which is a difficult place to go to. And I was really pleased with the way the players turned that around.
How much character is needed in turning something like that around when you're away? It's a tough place to go, Cass. And
sure is. It takes a lot of character. It really does. And I'm not sure a year or two ago we would have turned those sort of momentums around that have been against us, but we've showed that a few times this year. I think that we've shown some improvement in that area, and with that sort of deficit, but also in games such as the Wigan game and the Leeds game spring to mind, when we've been behind and not given in, and grafted out might be ugly at times, but grafted out a way to find a way to win. And I think that's a good progression, particularly at this time of the year, and may well be needed in the future.
How pleased were you with some of the youngsters coming into the squad, like Brad Dwyer, James Lathwaite came into the side? Yeah,
good. I thought both of them played a good role for us. James was pretty solid and pretty safe, and he played a fair bit of game time, and he was, as I mentioned, solid. And young Brad Dwyer, I thought, played a good impact on them. Really picked up the pace of the game and gave a bit of a break to Mickey at the right time, and Mickey was able to come back on refreshed and ready to pick up where Brad had relieved him from. So that was an important little role that Brad played as well.
Adrian Morley picked up his 500th appearance in the game at the weekend. How important is he for the club and the game as a whole?
Enormous, great achievement, and there's not many that make the 500 game mark, and particularly in a position that he plays at prop. And he's been remarkable, really, and he's done a fantastic job for us, and he'll continue to do so. He won't be doing so on Saturday. He'll have a break this week. He's picked up a little bit of a knock, but he should resume for 501 on Thursday, hopefully. Moz has been terrific, and he plays a huge role in our squad.
Yeah, you mentioned Adrian picked up a knock. Richie Myler picked up a knock as well. What's the latest on his fitness?
Yeah, he'll have a scan today, we'll ascertain how severe his injured knee is, and unfortunately for Rich, it was one of those incidents that would have damaged any knee, much less one that's already had a bit of damage to it. So a bit unlucky there, Rich. But we'll work out the extent of it after the scan today, and once it's been gone to the consultant, etc. But hopefully within the next 24 hours we'll have a fair indication of it.
Are there any other injury concerns going into the game?
Breers possibly. Probably won't want to play Breers 3 games in 12 days, but he's a chance on Thursday, I think. So we've got Michael Monaghan and also Hodgson coming back. So we've got Curry and a few others that didn't play last week to choose from as well. So we've got a few choices there, as well as a couple of people that may miss out. So a couple in, couple out. What
sort of challenge do you think Wakefield are going to pose on Saturday?
Yeah, they're a good team, particularly with the ball in hand. I think everybody has seen them, how dangerous they are. They can attack and cause problem for just about any team in the competition. So we're going to have to be very good with the ball ourselves and not turn the ball over too often, and make them do a few defensive sets as well. It's probably not their strong point in the game, the other side of the game. So we've got to make them do their fair share of tackling and hopefully limit the amount that we have to do, because if we give them too much in good field position, they can score points.
Yeah, the game back at their place back in April, that was a really close one. I think it just got settled towards the end with Brett Hodgson drop goal. With people like Tim Smith in the side and them still having a lot to play for, do you think that'll make it a lot tougher?
I don't know if you can make it any tougher than they're just a good team. You know, they're a good team that wants to win, and they go out there and they try hard to win. And I think they're going to be a good opposition for us. Whether they can still make the 8 or not, or whatever's at stake, I think they're still going to go out there and try their best, and we are too. So yeah, it's a tricky game for both teams, and the team that concentrates the best will come out on top. But you're right. Last time we played them, we probably didn't finish off our sets as well as we needed to, and let them back in the game after a healthy start to the game. And you need to concentrate for full 80 against Wakefield. So hopefully we can do that.
All right, Tony, thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure. Thank you, mate.